There you go. All right. We are live. All right, guys. Can somebody shoot me a comment? Let me know. Y'all hear everything good? Y'all are fine. Feedback's okay. Y'all let me know everything sounds good on this end. Just making sure you guys are good on that end. Able to hear everything that we got to say today. Good. Okay. Thanks for the thumbs up, Marisa. Appreciate that. What's up, Michael? Um, Guys, we're bringing you a show today. We've been trying to get this one going for a good while now, and we're glad to have one of the mayor candidates that did get in touch with us, and we've been scheduling this interview with him for a good time now. And we're glad to have him on, Rolando Salinas, mayor candidate, current city council member. We're glad to have him. We haven't been able to get a hold of Mayor Cifuentes yet. Mayor, if you're out there, we have Rolando Salinas joining us, and we'd like to hear you too. And this is not anything that we wanted, it's what the public wanted. It's what our community wanted to hear from these candidates. And we're glad to have them on. I won't waste too much time, guys, talking to y'all, but there's a lot of concerns that have been coming out lately. There's concerns that have been coming out since weeks ago. So we wanted to get you as we always do, the word straight from the person, the message straight from the person trying to give out the message, and that's what we're here to do. So without, I won't make him wait anymore. He's been waiting for us for a while, but let's introduce City Councilman and Mayor candidate Rolando Salinas.
Isaac,
Salinas, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Good, good. Hey, first things first, I want to tell you thank you for joining us. I mean, I know you have a busy schedule, and as does everybody, right? And we want to thank you, especially on behalf of the community that watches these shows. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for taking the time and wanting to field questions from us, the community, and myself, because we haven't had. The other mayor candidate hasn't gone back to us, so I just want to, we're grateful that you did, and you're willing to, just take these kind of questions that we've been gathering as well from the community, and certain issues that have been happening just recently, concerns that have come up in the community about questions about the mayor candidate, Rolando Salinas, and we just want to say, thank you for showing up to bat. Thank you for, coming to the plate and ready for the fireballs to be thrown at you.
All right. Isaac, first of all, I want to thank you just for having me on the show. I think it's great what you're doing just to inform the public. And it's important for the public to know who the people running for office are. So I appreciate your platform and I appreciate also your viewers. Thank you for being here today and listening to this interview. So I thank you. I think you're doing a great job with your platform, The Rising Texan.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We have plenty of viewers tuning in right now, and I mean, I know they're glad that we have you here for a couple of minutes, and we're ready to dig into this, right?
Sir.
My first question right off the bat is you were just recently elected for councilman. Congratulations on that. The
Thank you.
turnaround came out real quick whenever the mayor needed to run again. So I guess what my question is, and a lot of the other questions that we receive from the community, is you're coming in relatively new to elected positions. So you're a city councilman. What made you want to throw in your hat now for mayor? Real and young in in your experience of public service. What was the motive behind that? Why did you want to jump up now to mayor when, I mean, you convincingly won the city council race, right?
Well, Isaac, the main reason for me wanting to run for mayor is because I believe I can provide the leadership Eagle Pass needs so that we can take Eagle Pass to the next level and prosper. Just the number one reason that I'm a public servant is because I want to serve. Eagle Pass has given me so much, and I feel like this is a way for me to give back. I was born and raised here in Eagle Pass. I grew up going to elementary school here, Eagle Pass High School. I had excellent teachers. My family is from here. I have good friends. I started my working history and employment here in Eagle Pass. Uh, Back then, the Rodriguez's at the Venados gave me a chance, and that's where I started working at the meat
Oh
mart.
wow.
Yeah, that was a great experience and great people. So I'm very appreciative of the opportunities that I've had growing up in this community. So when I saw that opportunity that the mayor his position is going to be up for grabs, I decided to register because I think I can be a leader, independent, good leader that Eagle Pass needs.
Okay. So, I mean, I know you touched on it a little bit. Going from a councilman to a mayor is a good a step up. Um, what made you think in your transition and wanting to run for this mayor position? What foundation do you have as far as to say this is the kind of experience I can bring to the mayor position? Um, we know that the mayor position is not a paid position, but what experience outside of the city council realm that you have made you how do I want to say secure in your journey to hey, let's go get mayor? What foundations, what kind of steps do you have to say, hey, look, I'm a mayor candidate here, and this is the seat I want. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah, let me give a little background about myself because I'm sure that a lot of your viewers they've probably seen the name but don't really know me. Uh, like I said, I grew up here in Eagle Pass, and I had great teachers growing up, and I had to work very hard so that I could get accepted into a university. I attended St. Mary's University in San Antonio and Loyola Law School after that. But before I get to that, I grew up in a family with hardworking parents. My father worked for 30 years at the local cemetery, just being a laborer, doing the holes for the people, right, and cleaning up the cemetery. At the age of 15, I lost my mother to a heart condition, and me and my brothers and sisters we had to work hard, we had to hustle, and that's what I did. I was able to stick to the books and get my education. After I graduated from Loyola, New Orleans, I had some offers to practice there in Louisiana and in Texas, but I decided to come back to Eagle Pass because my heart's in Eagle Pass. I wanted to serve my community. And nobody ever gave me a handout. Nobody ever gave me money. My father couldn't afford to pay for my college, so the way I did it is the old-fashioned hard way. I got grants. I worked. I got student loans, like many of us, that I just paid after 10 years. So it wasn't easy, but I was able to get where I am through hard work. So hard work doesn't scare me. I started here at the Knickerbocker firm 10 years ago. I started as an associate down at the bottom. I've worked my way up, thankfully. Now I'm a partner here at the law firm, and I'm very grateful for that. I don't take it for granted. So I know that a lot of people say the experience, but I've been practicing law for 10 years already.
Okay.
I'm not straight out of high school. I've been an attorney for 10 years. I know what it takes to run a law practice, and this is a business. I deal a lot with the employees here at the firm. I'm pretty sure we're the biggest law firm in Eagle Pass. We also have an office in Laredo, so we have to deal with employees, with people, with payroll. I have to deal with managing the budget because I do a lot of the budget issues here at the office. So I have real world working experience that's going to help me in a spot like a mayoral position. Also, let me tell you that being with the city council, I mean, that's been great. I'm very grateful that the people gave me that opportunity to be their city councilman. And I've loved every day uh, being there with the council. We have wonderful council members. They all come from different walks of life, different careers. So I like being there because each and every one of us, we bring something different to the table.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, and a lot of the decisions, it just takes somebody to go in there with common sense to dissect whatever the issue is and do what's for the benefit for the people of Eagle Pass. So I believe that I can bring that leadership to the mayoral position so that we can move on. And Eagle Pass deserves to be the city that where people can prosper when we you can raise a family and be successful.
Awesome.
And and that's what I want Eagle Pass to be for everybody. Uh, it's that same story that people leave Eagle Pass and never come back because there's not that many opportunities. And I will try to change that. We need more people coming back. We need more opportunities in Eagle Pass.
Absolutely, and that, I mean, I totally agree with you there. Um, we're around the same age, so we know that story that where hey, people are leaving, they're not coming back into the community because it's difficult to find a job. For whatever reason it is, it's just hard unless a lot of the stuff that I hear from many viewers, many other people is the comment that here in Eagle Pass, Maverick County, if you don't know somebody, yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, I totally agree, and thank you for saying that. Um, One of the biggest things that has come up recently in Eagle Pass, of course, Maverick County as well, is the
yeah. Sorry to interrupt. It's just that you said that statement about, and it resonates with me. Where a lot of people do say, here in Eagle Pass, you don't get a job unless you know somebody. And that's unfortunate, and I want to change that. It shouldn't be that way. I want people to know that I am of the opinion that it shouldn't be just because you know somebody, you get a job. It should always be the most qualified person deserves that job should get it.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think we're on the same page as far as that goes. I feel the very same way, especially with a lot of talent that we have here in Eagle Pass. It's we don't get to utilize homebred talent because they do stay away somewhere else, just for how difficult it is to find a job here, and it's unfortunate. And I look forward to if you were to win as mayor, to see what kind of ideas you can or incentives you can have for all these college graduates that leave Eagle Pass to go get a degree, but we want them to come back. We want them to serve our community and help our community grow. Just the way you're saying. So, um, one of the things that we wanted to ask you, because it is a big issue right now, going not at the local level, not just at the state level, but nationwide, is the border crisis that we've been hearing about so much lately. Um, there is a situation that happened a while ago in February when we had the freeze. The city of Del Rio mayor came out real strong against his Democratic, roots, and said, "Hey, this is a border crisis. This is what's going on." Most recently, the mayor from Eagle Pass, Cifuentes, he came out a little bit late about it, but he did mention something about the immigration crisis, and I haven't heard, at least myself, I don't know of any of the viewers, about where your stance is with the border crisis and what's the situation going on. And I mean, we can all see it; it's all around us. But we wanted to ask you directly to see, what are your views on that?
Sure, sure, Isaac. And let me tell you that I have a lot of friends and family that are with the Border Patrol, so I hear it firsthand from them what what they've been going through recently, and not only from them, we see it. We see a lot of people that have been coming in, undocumented immigrants that are crossing through the river. They're in the backyards, and it doesn't matter where you lie politically. We see that this is a problem. This is a problem that needs somebody needs to answer. Like you say, this is a it comes from the top. I believe that we need stricter immigration laws, and my hats off, man, to the border patrol. They've been doing a great job. And if elected mayor, we as a city will do everything possible to assist federal agencies with this immigration problem that we currently have. It is a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people have been coming in. You see the stories, 50, 100 people, and it's difficult to just sustain that many people coming in to our town. We need the resources. So I think what we need to do is call our state representative, our senator, so that we can get more resources coming to Eagle Pass. And I know they've already done that. So my respect to Mr. Morales, Mr. Roland Gutierrez. I know that they've sent DPS personnel to help out, but we need more. We need more. You see the shelters also, so we need to make sure that we have the resources because once they're here, I mean, you have to treat these people in a humane manner because the fact is, once they're here, you have to treat them that way. But we do need the help from our representatives.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's where mayor, whoever holds a position of mayor, needs to be a voice for the community and help out reach these elected officials that are state representatives, congressmen, senate, um, to voice our to be our voice, you
Right.
know, to support what is actually going on here in the border. Um,
We have.
there,
I'm sorry. We have to recognize that it's an issue.
absolutely.
We cannot ignore the fact that there's hundreds of people coming through our border, and we need to touch on it through action.
That brings me to another question. Now, I worked for the city for about 12 years, 13 years. So I'm a little familiar. Now, it seems that it's still coming out, or the history is still there that our police department, our firefighters, our first responders are overpaid. I mean, underpaid. I'm sorry, and overworked. Yeah. Sorry, got the little mix up. But is there any plans in if you're mayor, are we going to address this? Because I mean, I did see back in February, whenever the facility was, not the firefighters, but the police department facility, where, I mean, from the outside, it was all turned off. There was very limited access to the police department. They were working out of one conference room. Now, that's a critical infrastructure that needs to be running no matter what, unless something happens to it directly, should be running operational during these emergency situations. Now, my question is there anything that you have prepared, or what's your stance as far as our first responders, firefighter department, and also the police department?
Right. Well, Isaac, public safety is very important to me. We need a city that's safe for our families, for the children, for your grandchildren, for everybody. So the people that take care of us are firefighters, are police officers. So we have to make sure that as a city council, just as the people of Eagle Pass, that we support our fire and our police officers. They've been doing a great job throughout the pandemic, even before the pandemic, at keeping our community safe. Uh, there's crime in our community, but it's way worse in other cities, and we want to make sure we keep it low, and we even improve that. So we have to make sure that we give them the support that they deserve. And let me tell you that I believe that we do need more personnel, more firefighters, and more police officers because our city is growing. Our city is not the same as it was 10 years ago. Right now, we have firefighters working overtime. Almost, I mean, you're talking about putting double the hours in overtime because we don't have enough firefighters. and also police officers. We need to find a way to increase the number of personnel. Now, the question is, how do you do that? Where do you get the money? That's where we need to come in, right? Because we have to pay for all this. We need to analyze the budget and make sure that we're spending the money where it needs to be spent. But my plan is to make sure that we give our officers, our firefighters, the correct resources that they need to do their jobs. We need to give them adequate training and adequate tools to do that. And also the facility. I agree that's something that shouldn't have happened. That facility is a very nice police station, but it should be always working and up and running. So I do support our first responders. I was very happy and honored to get the endorsement of the Police Association. I respect them, and as if elected mayor, I will stand by them and help them in every way that I can. And another way is that we have to also evaluate the compensation packages that we are providing for our fire and for our police officers. That goes for every employee. We have to, one of the things I would do is make a study right away if I'm elected mayor to compare Eagle Pass to other cities similar to us to see what other cities are paying. We want to make sure that these people are paid what they deserve to be paid.
Yeah.
I believe there was a study before I got there. I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago, but it's time to do a new one, and we have to make sure that they're getting fair compensation because they work a lot and they deserve it.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we were in total agreement with you. Is that our first responders go above and beyond, and
Yeah.
they need to be compensated, one, and need to be treated in a certain way, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who take care of us, so they need to be taken care of. So I mean, we totally agree with you there.
You
Uh,
know, and that goes, man, that goes for everybody, every single person that's working with the city. And I'll tell you, today I was driving through Ferry, and I saw our public works department hustling, working hard, cutting the grass, and it gives me a sense of pride to see these men working hard for the city of Eagle Pass. So I said hello, gave them a thumbs up, and I'm just very proud of the employees. So we need to have that culture in Eagle Pass where we appreciate people for what they do.
Absolutely. I mean, I worked for the Public Works Department for about 7 years myself. And one of the biggest things that we had issues with is being recognized as first responders as well. Because, I mean, and I can totally vouch for this. Whenever I was a supervisor there, we had Mr. Chavez out there, and he was the first one to say, as supervisors, your phone better be on. If anything happens, we're ready to go with machinery, whatever it is that we need to be there, put up barricades, whatever it is. Public Works has always been considered as first responders. And I hope, if you do get elected, we treat them, just the same as fire and police. Of course, they're not out there being there in the as exposed as fire and policemen, but I mean, whenever anything goes down in the city, I mean, I can bet you there's going to be a public works employee somewhere mixed in there as well.
Isaac, actually, my first job ever was working with the Works Department in the summer. Back then, we had a program called the JTPA where they took high school students, and during the summers they placed them at different departments to work with the city. So I was in a group of like 10 students, and they put us to work with the Public Works Department at 16 years old. And we weren't just in the office; they actually put us to work. We were out there in the alleys cutting grass with the weed eaters, and I got to talk and get to know these people, great people. But one of the things I noticed, I was 16 years back then. I'm 36. 20 years later, I went and I visited that facility, the public works facility, and it looks the same. Same facility. 20 years later, I think they deserve a new building, and that's that's been a long time coming, and I'm honored to say that the city council just approved that plan to start and look in construct the new public works building that they deserve very much. So that was my first working experience with the public works. I'm never gonna forget it. I learned a lot, so that they hold a place in my heart.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I kind of feel the same way working there for the amount of years that I worked under the good experience that I got from Mr. Hector Chavez. Good experience there. Let's go ahead and kind of move on. There is an issue that I wanted to bring up, and I spoke about it whenever it did come around. The funding, and there was funding given out EDA to the downtown area. Now, there's been a lot of concerns that maybe we're focusing a little too much in the downtown area. There's other businesses around the city that also need that kind of love that it seems that the downtown area has been getting. And I'm speaking as well from what the community says to what my experience was working with the city, where it kind of seemed Main Street, downtown area businesses did get a little bit of more preferential, or a little bit of more help. And what I wanted to ask you is, do you have any plans as far as to expand that, bring up the downtown, which it is needed. I'm not saying it's not, but other businesses have brought up concerns that, hey, hey, City of Eagle Pass is more than just a downtown. Can you let us know anything about that?
Yes, yes. Well, of course, and I agree. The downtown does need help, but of course and absolutely, we have to help all of Eagle Pass. We have local businesses, not just downtown, but they're all over Eagle Pass. So I want to make sure that we as a city focus on our local businesses because these are the people that are the driving force of our city, that are employing people, that are generating sales tax. So we need to take care of all of the local businesses. Businesses that are not downtown will not be ignored. I'm going to tell you that because we need to support all our local businesses. And I have plans to work in conjunction with economic development so that we can make sure that these businesses prosper. I'm sorry. Right now, we have an economic development department led by Mr. Arturo Marquez. And there is a program called the Business Retention Program because it's not only about trying to get big companies and jobs to come, which is important, but we also need to help the people that are already in Eagle Pass, the local businesses. So I know that right now they're calling the businesses, asking them how they're doing, what their needs are, so that the city can do a needs assessment, and that way we can know what we can do to help. You know, I was very very happy that the city during this pandemic we had an opportunity to help the local businesses. We did receive some money from the federal government, and that money was used to give grants to local businesses. So what we did is we gave grants from $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the amount of employees and the amount of losses that these businesses had. So I was very happy that we did have that opportunity to help a lot of local businesses. Of course, a lot of these businesses suffered, so they need help. I mean, I understand that that wasn't enough, but that was just something that we could do to help. But I want our people to know that if I'm elected mayor, we're gonna be there to help them. I want to see people do good. I want to see people prosper. I want to see their families succeed. So that's very important to me, and that goes for everyone in the city of Eagle Pass and Maverick County, because Maverick County and Eagle Pass were one and the same. You know.
Yeah, no, yeah, great answer.
Well,
Um,
oh, sorry.
no, you're good. And that's what we kind of wanted to talk about because I know I was one of the persons that said, "Hey, I thought the EDA grant that recently came out was just $3.5 million to renovate your building, and wait a little bit until 2 3 months of construct. I mean, 2 3 years of construction, which to get plans, specs, renovate an older building like that. And whenever you get into the historical aspect of all that, it just like our downtown light up project. I was a project manager there, and it was a little bit longer for everything because of the historical aspect of stuff. So my thoughts were, hey, maybe we didn't have enough urgency to get funding out to our small businesses, and that's what at the end of the day, who was hurting in the immediate and who needed help in the immediate was our small businesses. Do you see some kind of programs like that? Maybe if more grant funding comes out in the foreseeable future, uh, getting geared towards more helping now rather than 2 3 4 years down the road.
Right. Well, as you know, Isaac, recently there was an allotment of federal monies, and the city of Eagle Pass is going to receive in excess of $6 million to help people that have been impacted by the pandemic. We're going to be able to help businesses and people that were affected negatively by the pandemic, which is a lot of people have taken a hit. So we did discuss this in a city council meeting, and one of my concerns with not concerns, but I told everybody there and in the meeting that we need to make sure that we are transparent with this money. I want to make sure that this money goes to help people that are suffering, the local businesses, the person that lost their job during COVID. If you can show us your losses, we should be able and we will help those people. So that's going to be something that as soon as we get that money, we need to use it so that we can help our community. So that's something that's going to be immediate, and I want to make sure that we show the people every single dollar that's spent with that money. Okay,
Yeah.
because we need to be transparent, and I want to be able to sleep at night knowing that, hey, look, this is that we helped these people, we did this with the money. There will be no funny business, and that's I'm telling you, like if God gives me the opportunity to be mayor, I'll make sure we're honest and transparent with the people of Eagle Pass. Now, going back to the EDA grant that the city received for $3.5 million, which is great, by the way. Hats off to the team from the city of Eagle Pass that was able to secure that grant, because as you know, as a grant writer, it's sometimes very time consuming to make these grant packages and applications. You have to submit them with proper documentation to get that money. And I was very happy that the city received that money. And and the same thing, I told Mr. Marquez, the economic development director, I said, let's make sure that we put out a summary of what this money is going to be used for. We need to make sure that we use that $3.5 million in our community, and we will, because that money is going to serve to put a business incubator in that Riskins building. And I asked those questions. I said, how are we going to help local businesses? Well, the way it's going to help is that that business incubator is going to house a bunch of little businesses, entrepreneurs that will be able to go in there, start up their business, and hopefully grow and grow into a brick and mortar and be successful. That incubator will also house a person that's going to be able to give resources to anybody that has a business idea, so we can make it easy for them to start a business and be successful at that business. So,
Yeah.
but I understand the concerns, and transparency is very important, and helping quick. You know,
Yeah.
there's people. I mean, and I get it. Sometimes you say, "Well, I'm going to do this," but I understand that it's about actions, and you have to be able to see results.
Yeah. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's what citizens, that's what the community, having worked with the city, the results is what everybody always sees. The effort, this and that, may get lost in the translation, but the results is always what people have their eyes on. So well said. Um, Another question we had: we understand the pandemic is on everybody's priority list. Number one, get out of this pandemic, do what we can to do. Uh, to ease the community's suffering as to this pandemic. But what are your next two goals? Pandemic aside, what are your next two goals if you're elected mayor? What are those two goals? Get out of the pandemic. Two goals that you want to accomplish right out of the gate if elected mayor.
Well, two goals is we need to make sure that we take care of our people. We go back to the public safety issue that I hold that one that's very important to me, and also our infrastructure. Okay, so we need to make sure that we have the proper infrastructure to grow. That's the number one thing that you need to have in order to talk about all this growth. We need to make sure that we go back to just basic services. The first thing I would do is make sure we have a good relationship and work closely with our public works department, with TechStop, so that we can have good roads, good construction, so that we can get business coming to Eagle Pass. I was very big on that, the reconfiguration, and I know you know about that, of bridge number two. I think I am of the opinion that that should have been done, and but I'm glad that we, as a council, approved that plan to reconfigure bridge number two, because that way we can bring in a lot more commercial traffic, regular traffic, commerce, trade from Mexico to Eagle Pass and vice versa. That's very important for me to improve and make sure we follow up on the infrastructure, and that we we have a safe city. So those are two things that I immediately want to make sure that we have as a city of Eagle Pass.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Another thing I did want to bring up was the fact that uh, early in this mayor race, when people were getting when you and Mayor Cifuentes declared that you guys were going to run for mayor, one of the first actions that did happen was the city secretary noted a certain ordinance in the city's code of ordinances, referring to the mayor ineligible to run. Um, Mayor Cifuentes ineligible to run anymore, having to do with a certain amount of years and consecutive terms that he served as a city councilman. Now, he was disqualified as per city ordinance, the way it was interpreted. He did appeal. He made an appeal, and the appeal allowed him to continue on the ballot, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a city council meeting where this issue was brought up to the city council, and ultimately the city council needed to make a determination or make a decision of, hey, we need to keep on fighting this, or hey, we need to let it go. Now, obviously, he is Mayor Cifuentes is back on the ballot. um, Now I know maybe you can't talk about all the issue or anything that was said, but what I'm curious is that whenever you were presented this, where did you stand? Did you stand, hey, we need to keep on fighting this? I don't care if tax dollars get wasted and keeping him off the ballot. Was that your stance, or was it something else where, what, let him on the ballot? We don't need to be wasting any taxpayer money to defend, this appeal or the decision that came from the appeal. Can you elaborate a little bit on that and on where your stance was specifically?
Absolutely, Isaac. Let me start off by saying that I'm always up for a good challenge. That's what makes a person. If you stand up to a challenge, and so I always appreciate a good challenge. When the Fourth Court of Appeals issued their decision, it was up to the city of Eagle Pass to see how the city wanted to respond. And I was of the saying that I do not want the city to spend any more money fighting, appealing that decision, and spending money. Because why? Because that money is taxpayer money. So I said, and I'll tell you, is that I'm ready for a challenge. Mr. Cifuentes is back on the ballot. So be it. That's fine. Let's let the people of Eagle Pass decide who they want as their next mayor of Eagle Pass. I was not about to tell the city to keep fighting and wasting taxpayer money, because that's hard-earned money that belongs to our citizens. And I'm very big on that, because I know that people work hard, and I know that some people have a hard time at the end of the year paying their taxes. So we need to make sure that we take care of that money. And and also, let me just say that when that started, uh, our city secretary did make that decision to disqualify Mr. Cifuentes, but she did that made that decision. Uh, she had the backing of a law firm from Austin. The Bickerstaff law firm made an opinion saying that they interpreted that ordinance, saying that the mayor didn't qualify to run again. So she relied on that opinion. She did nothing wrong, but rely on the city attorneys and the attorneys that the city attorney referred the decision. I just want to make that clear. And I had nothing to do with the disqualification of the mayor. I just want to make that clear, because of course I saw some comments and I almost laughed, saying, "Oh, that must have been Salinas that disqualified." I had nothing to do with that. That ordinance, that, that was written years ago.
Yeah.
Mr. Cifuentes was one of the people that approved that vague ordinance. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, yeah, and yes, you're absolutely right. Mayor Fuentes was a councilman at the time that passed that ordinance,
Yeah.
and yes, you're right. He challenged the ordinance as far as uh, securing attorneys to appeal the decision of the city. But like I said, I did want to ask you where it was that you were on that,
That
and
and also, like you said, he did hire his attorneys to appeal the decision of the city and the city secretary, right? And he filed what's called a writ of mandamus in the fourth court of appeals, and the city had to defend itself from Mr. Cifuentes' writs, and that cost the city thousands of dollars.
okay, yeah. See, I wasn't aware of that. So he as a mayor was ready to cost the city to defend itself some money.
The city had to defend itself from Mayor Cifuentes because he filed his appeal. He had a right to do that, but it did cost the city thousands of dollars. The fourth court uh, made the decision, and we said, you know what? Let's just move on from this. And
Yeah.
I'm glad we did, and we're here today, and we're almost there. Early voting starts next Monday. Next Monday, so I invite the community and everyone to go out and vote.
Right around the corner, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Now, we thank you for having these questions and everything, and we're gonna get into a little bit of the tougher questions, I like to call them. Put you a little bit on the hot seat now.
Okay.
Um, uh, thank you for fielding the questions that we've had. Now, we've seen, because we follow, of course, a lot of the elected officials. Our thing here on the Rising Texan is we like to make all of our community, not just whoever views us, but whoever has a chance to view us in some course of their, going through social media or what have you. It's just to make them aware of the community, what's going on in the community, and one of the things that we did see and we shared from your Facebook page were concerns of the Latino publication. There were two posts coming from you. One was in reference to being paid from the county a substantial amount of money. And I think the other concerns had to do with just shady way they kind of hold themselves, or the way they do business. I'm no one to judge, but We kind of wanted to ask you this question, and you didn't post it once. You post two things against the Latino. The other one was I think they weren't claimed in the Mercy Fuentes's contributions, which we have looked at your contributions as well,
Yeah,
Mr. Salinas, and we will be releasing both sides so the community can see, just as a transparent basis.
sure.
But can you talk about a little bit more about what the issue is with the Latino and what came, what you thought was so important to, bring out the information that you had to bring out about the Latino at that time?
Sure. Well, let's just be honest, Isaac. The Latino is known in the community to be a newspaper, which is it's more of a tabloid that attacks people. It attacks elected officials. It attacks people that work at different departments, the city. It's just they do false allegations, baseless claims, and we all know who controls that newspaper. So I wanted to be transparent with the community, and I made a request to Maverick County to see how much Maverick County was paying this El Latino newspaper, which, by the way, this is a Spanish newspaper that's printed once a week. El Latino, I think they print anywhere from 500 to 1,000 copies once a week. We have other papers in the community that are bilingual papers that print thousands of copies that reach more people. So I did that request, and everybody has that right to make a public information request. And it just so happens that Maverick County, just during the 2020 year, paid this newspaper $60,000.
Wow.
For what, Isaac? I asked myself, this is a lot of money. We could do, I mean, earlier we were talking about small local businesses. We can use that money to help so many people. And that's a big number. Other newspapers didn't get 60,000. When you compare that to bigger publications, they didn't get that kind of money. Why does this paper get that much money? We have to ask ourselves, right? Why does that paper bash? I mean, it's used to further the political agenda of certain individuals in our community, right? And I came out with this information. I wanted to be transparent, fully knowing that this man is going to attack me. Probably from now on to forever, he'll be attacking me because I showed the people the truth. And I'm not going to come to the people of Eagle Pass with, well, let's call it like chismes. I'm going to show you the proof. This is what it is. This is what's happening with your money so that the people can know. So I do take offense to the misuse of the money that belongs to the people of Eagle Pass and Maverick County. I
No, yeah.
don't think that's justifiable to spend that much kind of money. And I would like, and I am going to make sure that people look into that. And I'll tell you, if that keeps on happening, I will make sure that somebody looks into it because that has to stop. Those payments have to stop. That money has to be used for the citizens of Eagle Pass, not to pay a tabloid to say, hey, I don't like this guy here. Go talk bad about so and so. No, we're better than that. We are better than that. So that was the issue that I had with that tabloid.
No, yeah. Yeah, and then that's what we wanted to bring up because we noticed that you, like I said, we shared it too because I mean to us that's news there. Um, Now, the way I did bring up, we did pull the financial records on both you and Mayor Cifuentes. Um, One of the stuff that's coming out, or some of the things that are coming out as concerns from citizens, that have voiced their opinion, which or concern, which everybody I am always a supporter of people voicing their concerns. I think that's the best way we can come out with a good product at the end. And the good product, of course, would be, who's in the city council, who's the mayor, to be our voices. And one of the concerns that has come out from the community, touching on that, we've pulled the financial records, is recently something came out saying, tying you to the old political family, I guess, if you want to call them that, the Gonzalez family.
Okay.
Now, we went through your contributions. I did not see anybody with the last name Gonzalez in your contributions. I did not see, anything substantial to show uh, that you have any ties with Roberto Gonzalez, Ana Gonzalez, as concerns have come out from the community saying this. Now, one of the things, and that's what we always try to do here at the Rising Texan, is, hey, look, this is what's coming out from the community. So what we want to do, just like we did with other previous people that have come on our show, is ask you directly, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And have our community here. They're watching. We have 176 watching live right now,
Oh,
and there's going to be plenty of viewers that are going to view this afterwards. Now, these concerns from the community, are they true? We did not see anything from our end as far as the contributions. There's nothing being paid, or there's no contribution towards you from Ana Gonzalez, Roberto Gonzalez, any of their previous associations that they use or fronts that they use for political contributions or political announcements that they've used previously. I think we're all aware that there has been some, but nothing coming out directly tying you to that. But we have to ask, what's going on as far as concerns from the community saying that you are politically tied to this Gonzalez family?
okay. And let me tell you, Isaac, I am an independent candidate. I have absolutely no dealings with the Gonzalez family, with Mr. Gonzalez, with Miss Gonzalez. Uh, I'm pretty sure I know where this misinformation comes from, but I do not owe anything to the Gonzalez family. I am here because of my own will. Uh, I am employed here at the Knickerbocker firm. The Gonzalez family has never given me anything. They've never asked me to do any favors. I've never asked any favors for them. So I don't have any connection. I don't owe them anything. They haven't contributed to my campaign. I haven't asked, and I won't ask because I have no business dealings with them. I'm an independent candidate. Nobody pulls my strings. My strings are for the people of Eagle Pass. I want to represent everyone in the community and not any special interest groups because I don't have the need for that. I don't have the need for that. I don't have the need to put my family members in any position. I don't. I will not put any family members or in any position with any entity. That's not why I'm here, and I'll be redundant and say I don't owe anything or have any connection or owe anything to the Gonzalez family.
No, and I'm glad you're addressing these concerns, because that's one of the things that a lot of our community, a lot of people in our community wanted to know is, where are these? I don't want to say allegations, but where are these concerns coming from? So we wanted to ask you directly, like I said, and there was another concern stemming, from the same citizen that has these concerns,
Sure.
besides the Gonzalez tie, if there was anything there. Now, there was a big thing being said about your resignation with the Housing Authority Board, right? They discussed that, or they went in detail about you resigning and saying you did not have the time to serve in that board. Now, I'll be honest with you. I didn't see the letter. I didn't see what the reason was. I'm just trying to address, the concerns from the citizens, as it was said by the citizen. So, my question, I guess, would be if that's a factual statement, the resignation was that you did not have time at that time. How are you going to address being the mayor, city of Eagle Pass, if elected? How are you going to address that time? I mean, are you in it to be a full-time mayor? Are you in it to take care of this, or I guess getting into what's your response to that?
Yeah, thank you for your question, Isaac. And I'm here because I want to answer the questions of our constituents, of our citizens. I have nothing to hide. So I'm here to be transparent. Let me tell you about the Housing Authority, because the Housing Authority is an entity that I love serving there. And I'll tell you from the beginning, okay? I was appointed by the previous mayor in 2014. I was appointed to serve on the Housing Authority Board. I was it. Now, whenever they appoint, the mayor gets to appoint all the people that serve on the Housing Authority Board. So I was appointed to a 2 year term. Every term is a 2 year term. I served my 2 year term, happily served, because I enjoyed being in the Housing Authority. I I respected the employees. I respected the tenants. We had our meetings at the Centenario. Uh, Mostly our older generation, great people, and I really loved my time there. Not only did I serve my 2 year term, but I went above my term, and I resigned in 2018. So I served shy of 4 years in the housing authority. At that time, I was I've been here for 10 years at the Knickerbocker firm. I was not a partner. I was an associate attorney traveling to San Antonio, Austin, Laredo, doing cases here. I had bosses. They would tell me where to go. And at that time, I felt that it wasn't fair because I was traveling so much. It was probably better to have somebody else there. Now the circumstances have changed. After that, thank thank God, I'm very appreciative that I'm a partner at this law firm. I'm part owner of the firm. I make my own schedule. I'm no longer an associate. I can come and go as I wish. I have that freedom. This is not an 8 to 5 for me. As long as I get my work done, I can come and go whenever I want. So I'm gonna have that time to give to the city of Eagle Pass, where if something needs to get done at 9 a.m., I'm there. 10 a.m. throughout the day, I'll be there. So that letter, that article that was printed again in the same tabloid, made it seem that I was in the, and I didn't read it. They told me, but made it seem that I was in the housing authority for like a month, when in reality, I served my 2 year term and served almost another 2 years in the housing board. And when I was there, we had no issues with the law. I heard somebody told me that there was a video about FBI investigation. I was never a part of any FBI investigation. Nobody got arrested. Our audits at the time that I was there were always clean. Nobody ever came up to me with any problems. Uh, so that's just a little summary of of the truth.
Yeah, because I mean, we had those concerns. Like I said, it was a concerned citizen, and they brought up issues with ties to the Gonzales. We didn't see any ties because usually the ties come in contribution expenditures of the political campaign. So we looked there before we even threw prepared to throw this question at you. We didn't see any of that, but we wanted to hear it straight from you, as we do with any issue that comes up in our community. I mean, most recently with our state rep, with the whole creation of the new DA district. We had both of them on here, and that's what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to uh, get the message straight from the person. Hey, you tell us what it is, because there's a lot of people that can say this, that, or the other, and I appreciate you. It takes a lot, especially with we haven't been able to get Mercy Fuentes on here. I know we started as a debate a month back, or a month and a half back. I wanted to get you guys on a debate on our channel, make it interactive with our viewers and everything. And for some reason, I mean, you contacted me immediately, which I do want to say that for everybody viewing. I was contacted by Mr. Salinas almost right away. I think if not that day, the very next. But we still have yet to hear from Mercy Fuentes. And apart from that, I just want to say thank you. I know we've gone a little bit, maybe longer than we needed to, got into a little tough issues that maybe we shouldn't be getting into, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to, answer back or say a response to what is going on from the community, because this is how we're geared, of course. The Rising Texan is pro community. We're about our community, and concerns from the community need to hit our elected officials or those running for the elected officials. Well, we don't want to keep you any longer. We really appreciate the hour that you've spent with us. It's we know you guys are busy, elected officials. You guys have your own job. This is something that's on the side that comes from somebody wanting to be serve their public, of course. And we thank you, from the bottom of our hearts, taking your time, being here, accessible to the community, which is, I think, very key for anybody running for any type of elected position. But I don't know if you have any last words for our viewers right now. We have 180 on live. Any last concerns? Any last notices? Anything you want to say to the community? To it's your time. Go ahead and say what you need to say.
First of all, I want to say that I am never too busy to answer the questions of my community. I love this community, and I've always said I want to be honest, and I will be honest and transparent with Eagle Pass. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on your show and talk to you and field the questions of our constituents. It's been an honor being here on your show, and I am here to serve the people, and I ask the community to give me a chance in this coming election to be your mayor. I will work hard to represent each and every one of you, and no special interest. I'm an independent candidate. I have nobody pulling my strings. I don't owe any favors to anyone. I am not doing this for personal gain, to give family members employment anywhere. No. All my family, my friends are happily employed. I'm here to serve Eagle Pass. You've given me so much, and it's time to give back. And that's the bottom line. And I like to show my cards. I appreciate your questions, because they were good questions, tough questions, but the public needs to know, because, and I think this is going to keep going because we're so close to early voting that I'm sure false stories start coming up, and we need to make sure that whoever is talking shows you with evidence and with proof. So I'm glad I was given the opportunity to be on your show, and I look forward to being invited again in the near future.
Absolutely. Mr. Salinas, that's one thing that I wanted to say, is that I hope we can bring you on again. I mean, maybe before the election, maybe after the election, or if you're to win anything on that. And we really appreciate the time, as we say with all of our other guests that we're been able to have on our show. I know it takes a lot. I'm not the most easiest interview to field out there, and I kind of pride myself on that, because it's for the community. We have to see our elected officials be able to answer the tough questions, because ultimately that's what's going to let us know who you really are. And I appreciate it again. I know we had to kind of schedule this for a while, but we appreciate your time. We appreciate that, man, taking the time out here, especially where we haven't been able to get the other mayor candidate in here, Mayor Luis Fuentes. Hopefully he'll contact us soon, and maybe we can talk with him. But without holding you any longer, I do want to say again on behalf of our community that's watching, we're at 176 live right now. Thank you very much for taking the time and addressing these issues, especially the concerns that are coming out as recent as the past couple of days uh, from the community. And hey, I can't say anything else, but thank you very much, and we wish you nothing but luck in the upcoming election. And any last words from you?
Just the last word, I invite everybody to go out and vote. Invite your families and friends. You get to choose who you want representing the city of Eagle Pass. We also have a city council place 4 up for grabs, and we have 3 candidates there. So I invite everybody to come out. Early voting starts Monday, the 19th, from 8 to 5. I want to thank you, and God bless you all.
All right. Well, thank you very much again, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon on the show. We
We will.
appreciate your time.
We will.
All right. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, that was a very good interview we had from Councilman Rolando Salinas, mayor candidate Rolando Salinas. And pretty much we want to remind you guys that's what we're here for. We're here to bring out elected officials, people that are running for elected positions. We're here to give you guys the information, real information, the facts, not my opinion, not anybody else's opinion, just what it is, guys. And there wasn't anything where I spoke with him, or there wasn't anything like here are the questions so you can be ready or prepared. And that's not our thing here with the Rising Texan. Our thing here with the Rising Texan is to bring you the facts straight from the people that have these answers. Now, you've heard there's been a lot of information thrown out there, and our thing, hey, this information that's being thrown out there, let's ask the person, let's ask the elected official, let's ask them. And that's a big thing that we're trying to get with Mercy Fuentes, who is also running the opponent of Rolando Salinas. We're trying to get him out here as well to hey, take some time um, to be on our show, uh, get these questions answered. I mean, there's a lot of questions in our community. Our community wants to know what's happening, what's going on, and they want to know who are we electing to be our mayor in the future, because it's a 4-year term. It's very serious whenever it comes to um, electing these positions, because these positions are going to represent us for the immediate future, next 4 years as a mayor candidate. And 4 years is a lot of time to do a whole lot of nothing or to do a whole lot of something. So that's what we're trying to come with, guys. There's a lot of information out there that may confuse you. There's a lot of information out there from other sources, from the citizens themselves, that we want to not necessarily disprove, or because that's not our mission. Our mission is to give you guys the facts, give you guys the truth, give you guys what it is. We always pride ourselves saying that we were made uh, by the people, for the people, and we'll always put our community first when it comes to any of these concerns, because you guys are the community who hold elected officials responsible for what they do, whether it's at the local level, whether it's at the state level, whether it's up to our president. You know, we are the people that hold as voters for these elected officials. We are the ones that hold them accountable and should have a voice in holding them accountable. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're not making any endorsements at this time. We're not pro Salinas. We're not pro Cifuentes. We're not trying to convince you who to vote for, how to vote. We want you to vote. That's the important thing. To vote. Go out and vote. Whatever your preference, whoever you are voting for, we just want you to come out and vote. One thing, and we want you to have all the facts for when you do vote, because that's the important thing. Is that to have the, I don't want to say education because it's not education, but the knowledge. Have the knowledge of what is going on, what is factual, and what is complete, for lack of better words, BS. And that's why we wanted to reach out to uh, councilman uh, councilman Salinas, and not only ask him about what his plans were as mayor if he would get elected, but we wanted to give him the opportunity to speak a little bit about what the concerns of citizens are coming out, because uh, like we're saying, that's the most important thing, because we are the ones who elect these officials. All right. And I won't take up too much of your guys' time anymore. I want to thank you guys for joining us. This was a real big interview for us. Rolando Salinas again on our behalf from the Rising Texan. Thank you very much for joining us. We've been trying real hard to secure an interview with Mayor Cifuentes, which is Rolando Salinas's opponent for the mayor race. And hopefully soon, sometime, before election day, we can have him here as well. And we have a lot of questions for him as well, recent things that have come up, and decisions that he has made as the mayor of the city of Eagle Pass. So we think that he should be able to answer these questions and be able to field questions that, the candidate for mayor, Rolando Salinas, did, which I think he did a rather good job in fielding it. It's up to your opinion whether how you feel about it. But he did try to inform us as the best of his abilities, and that's what we try to do here at the Rising Texan, is inform you guys to the best of our abilities. Thank God we have a little experience with the city, have a little experience with the county, so we know a little bit here, and that's what we want to bring you guys, so you guys are knowledgeable for whenever you do want to vote, whenever you do have a question about how our local governments are being run. You have all the authority, you have all the right as a resident, as a voter, to ask these types of questions. And if not, we are honored to ask the questions for our community. And that's what we were built for. Again, I know I always say this, for the people, by the people. That's how we were created, that's how we're made, and that's how we're maintained, by the people. And that's what we're here for. I won't take up any more of your guys' times. I do want you guys, thank you guys. I think we had about 192 viewers, was the highest I ever saw hit. And I thank you guys, because we are not able to do what we do without you guys tuning in and giving us support that you guys do. I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors real quick before we end our live. Eat Fed Eagle Pass with Billy Perez, guys. This guy has created a whole type of nutrition. So if you guys are struggling with your gains, anything like that, you guys, hey, hit my boy Billy Perez up. He has a program, Eat Fit Eagle Pass. You are what you eat. That's day one knowledge there for those that are into fitness. You guys, you are what you eat. You want to feel better. You want to pass those slumps. You want to get past those plateaus. Your food and your intake is the difference. So hit up my boy, Billy Perez, 830-513-4832. So you guys can order your meals for the week and extend and break those plateau walls, hit my boy, one of our sponsors, Billy Perez up, Ifed Eagle Pass. Our other sponsor, Wagon Wheel Smokehouse and Saloon, opening up this Saturday, April 17th, guys. The saloon is opening up. So you guys need to get out there. It's been a while. We're all gonna be kind of looking weird. We don't know. It's been a year since we've been able to hit that bar up, the saloon up. So you guys take the time whenever you can. They're opening up this Saturday. They're opening up, so it's gonna be a shindig out there. Shout out to them, Wagon Wheel, Smokehouse and Saloon, our good friends out there. We love y'all. Y'all take care. We can't wait to be there this Saturday to kick off and enjoy the open hall, I guess, open bar again. Have a little bit of normalcy, something normal that we haven't had in a while. Have people around us, have conversations, have a few drinks, listen to some great tunes, and enjoy the environment, guys. Enjoy what surrounds everything, because it is something that hasn't been open for us for about a year, maybe over a year. And if you guys have a chance, not only do they have that saloon that's opening up on the 17th this Saturday, but they have one of the best ever barbecue menu. I've had several. I've had the ribs. I have the brisket. I've had their fish plate. Oh my God. Delicious food, guys. Y'all need to visit them out there. 3283 DeRoe Boulevard, Eagle Pass, Texas. 830-513-7250. Wagon Wheel, Smokehouse and Saloon. Hit them up. Order some food, or this Saturday they'll be opening up their saloon, their little dance hall. They got a little thing going. Follow them on Facebook for any updates on that. Another sponsor we want to shout out to is the Moonlight Ballroom. Signal's coming up this Friday, guys. That's 2 days away. So Signal's going to be performing. Several other events leading up to them. Signal is the featured concert there. And we actually have their concerts on Friday. So we actually have on our page a free ticket giveaway. We're giving away 4 tickets, 2 tables, guys. 4 tickets, 2 tables. So you guys hit us up on our Facebook page. All you got to do is like, share, comment Signal on the comments. You guys are automatically entered. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to pick one of those random pickers online. We're gonna do it, transparent, as we had Rolando Salinas talking about transparency a lot. We're gonna go ahead and select all those that shared, liked, and comment on our page for Signal. We're gonna give away 4 tickets, guys. 4 tickets and 2 tables. All right. So you guys support our local businesses. That we're real strong on supporting local businesses. Small businesses are the heart and the backbone of what we have here in Eagle Pass, and they should be supported as such. Again, go check out our page, follow the directions there, enter yourself for a chance to win a ticket or possibly a table. Tomorrow we're going to give you a live, and we're going to bring out the winners for you guys. So without anything else to say, I want to thank you guys, the community, for being out here, for taking the time, giving us your time, because time is precious, time is money, and we appreciate you guys being here and taking care, of just being aware of the situations that are going on. If you guys have any suggestions or anybody you want to hear from our community, elected officials, maybe somebody working with the city, working with the county, we'll reach out to them for you and try to bring them into this show for you guys. That's what we're trying to do here, is raise the awareness out here. Anything happening, we try to bring you the facts. And the support from you guys is what makes us keep on going. So I just want to thank you guys for all that. Again, hey, visit EFET Eagle Pass, guys. Wagon Wheel, Smokehouse and Saloon, the Moonlight Ballroom. They're small businesses out here trying to do the best they can for everything. And we'll see if maybe in the future we can get Mayor Cifuentes. Mayor, if you're out there, hey, this is the Rising Texan. We want to hear from you. Reach out to us, please. The community has there was a lot of comments just on right now that they want to speak to you. They want to see what's going on. They want you to address some concerns that they might have. And hats off to Mr. Salinas for being here and taking the time to talk to us and address some of these concerns from the citizens. And again, final thing, thank you very much, guys. We're for the people, we're made by the people, and we support the community that's filled with our residents, and we'll always do that. We always put our residents first, our community first, the people in this community first, and your guys' support is overwhelming. We thank you, and we'll catch you next Wednesday. Again, we'll be live probably tomorrow, giving out those free tickets. So you guys stay tuned. Hit up our page. We have the contest going on. 4 tickets, 2 tables up for grabs, guys, from the Moonlight Ballroom. Be sure to thank the Moonlight Ballroom for these opportunities, because they're the ones bringing it to us. Partnering with the Rising Texan to get out these free possibilities to you guys, the audience, and to you guys, supporters of small business, because at the end of the day, that's what we are, and that's what we want to support. The people that supported us through the pandemic, the people who supported us through the February freeze, were small businesses, and we thank y'all from the bottom of our hearts. Small business, we got y'all right here, and thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you next Wednesday for our regular show, and tomorrow to give away those free tickets and tables. All right. Remember, guys, eFit, Eagle Pass, Wagon Wheel, Smokehouse and Saloon, and Moonlight Ballroom, our sponsors. Give them some love. Give them some love. Thank you, guys. We'll see y'all next time.